Hey guys, it's Rachel from the Lorraine Lamb, and today's another segment of Back to Me. What's Rachel reading? Technically, it's still a segment of that plus a life update. So I'm just gonna get into, I guess, the life update first, the channel update, and then I'll tell you about the three books I'm reading. So first off, I wasn't with a video this past Wednesday because a lot started happening in my life. So I'll just kind of explain the story because now I talked about exciting news last weekend, but I couldn't really say because I hadn't really told many people in my life, so I made sure to tell people, um, everything that was going on, and it's been changing up to the day. So, as many of you know, I graduated with my Bachelor of Education, which enables me to teach kindergarten to grade 6. This past technically, I finished my program in May, but graduation was in June. And I applied to 2 school boards in my area, and one of them actually contacted me the week before Labor Day or Labor Day weekend and asked me to come in for an interview. Long story short, I went in for the interview. I expected to hear back in like 2 months because usually it takes a little time with everything going on with COVID. I heard back a week later and they asked me, like, obviously, they offered me the job, which is for substitute teaching. And I was like, okay, that's great. Like, um, grad school going on with that. Fine, good. Happy about that. And then I went to my orientation this past Thursday, which is why I also didn't get a video up Wednesday because I had a lot of work to do Wednesday, and then I had plans that night, so it just kinda got crazy. And then they asked me if I'd be interested in their virtual academy, which would essentially almost be like, getting my own classroom, which is a great step up because typically you have to work 10 months as a substitute before you can apply to even, like, teach a few classes a day, not even be a permanent classroom teacher. So I was like, "This is a great, like, stepping stone and career advancement, and even a great opportunity." So they called me. I was like had calls Friday and Saturday, and I got placed with a grade 5 class, and I'm teaching them a few subjects each day. I have 4 subjects I'm teaching them. I'm not sure the division yet. There's a lot of stuff still up in the air, but this week I'm just substitute teaching technically. So like it's their first week with this online program. I'm substituting, so it's not guaranteed I'll even be back with this class next week, but if no, like, surplus teachers or anything comes around, then they'll look into keeping me with this class, and then I'll have work. So I'm technically teaching half a day because I still have schoolwork to do, so I'm gonna be teaching in the mornings 5 days a week. Um, with my school, I actually had to drop a class today because I was like even with substituting, I was gonna find it very hard because with 3 grad school classes, it's like a 40-hour week commitment or hours per week commitment, and if I get this and all that, so I wanna drop it so I could still get my money back for that one course or it applied to my account so it counts towards a course for next semester. So I'm still taking 2 of my classes, um, which I'm, like, so far ahead with one of them, so well, I'm ahead with both of them, but I'm really ahead with one of them, so that's good. The one I dropped was when I hadn't started any projects yet for, so that, but I still have my required class and my elective. I only have 2 required courses, and one of them's running in the January or winter semester, one's in the fall. So I'm gonna be teaching in the morning and then working on grad school and obviously prep for the students in the afternoon portion of the day, and probably a little bit into the evening. But the good thing is I start at 9 in the morning, so I think or sometime around then, so I can get some stuff done earlier in the morning every day. But, yeah, it's gonna be a lot on my table or a lot on my table, jeepers. A lot on my plate. I'm kind of very if I'm shaking a bit, I've been shaking, it's just getting used to, like I'm very happy for the opportunity, but it's getting used to the not only like, everything that involves teaching by myself, which I've never taught by myself. I've always had, like, a placement teacher, other people to, like, lean on, so it's like, making plans is fine, but it's like, what do they expect from me? What am I teaching? What's my schedule look like? Like, how do I set up the course website? I'm getting all the information tomorrow and I start Tuesday, so it's kind of hectic. Um, I'm a very anxious person, so you can, like, naturally, since I was a tiny child, so I'm kind of going off the deep end a bit right now. I feel confident because 'cause I've planned some good lessons for the kids, it's just getting everything set up, going through the tutorial, so I'm gonna do a bit more of that tonight. I was gonna take the night off, but I got an email with some tutorials, so yeah. A little overwhelmed right now, real happy for the experience. It's gonna be great. I think it's just getting started. I know the kids are probably more anxious than even I am, so keeping that in mind, and I'm excited to meet them and I'm excited to actually teach because I love teaching, but it's just because it's a whole new platform being digital, let alone never teaching before, and then having to go online when there's so many fun, like, group activities to do in class, but, like, even if I was in class, I couldn't do them anyway now. So, yeah, that's my big life update. Took a little while. So, like, I'm very happy with the opportunity, a little overwhelmed right now, but that will subside. I did not expect any of this to happen. It's because of the pandemic. If not, I none of this would be happening for me so soon. So it's very surreal, and my mom thinks it's great that it's happening all at once because then I don't have as much time to panic. So that's good. So I've been working today on that and a bit for my grad school. So it's going to be quite a challenge to juggle everything at first. So that's why I'm still going to come on and do my videos, of course, on Sundays because those are very easy. They're live videos. And my Wednesday video is gonna put on hold for a little while now, just because of all this happening. Obviously, something has to give, and this is what I do for fun, and I it just yeah. So I'm gonna have my Sunday videos per usual because I wanna give you guys life updates, and I'm gonna start trying to turn the camera towards me so you can see me and it's not just looking at my bed sheets and or my comforter and the books, but I'm sorry about that because I feel like I'm always going back on my commitment, but I know, like, you guys obviously understand I'm in full-time school and work and stuff like that. And I'll be making videos as soon as I possibly can. I'm going to collect my books so I can hopefully do a book haul in December when it quiets down. I don't know how long I'm doing this schooling for, um, because I don't really know anything about the pandemic. So I don't know if I'm doing it this week, and then if I get contracted, I'll probably maybe find out when I'm contracted till. So it's just very crazy right now. And I actually got called into substitute on Wednesday because I need to call tomorrow and figure that out because I'm still in the substitute system. So they called me to set up a date later in the week, and I couldn't take it obviously because I'm teaching in the morning. So yeah, a lot of craziness happening, a lot of good things happening. It's just very overwhelming right now. Um, and yeah. Gonna get back to work in a few minutes, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm reading. I barely read a page today because I was reading and then they sent me more work emails, and I'm like, I can't even concentrate on the book. I'm not enjoying it because I'm thinking of everything else. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to read for a few days because I just even though I need calm down time, I need to almost like watch something mindless that I don't have to pay attention at because I'm like so stuck in my head. I've been able to go talk to my mom about my lesson plans and like then I calm down a bit and sometimes I get back up high levels. It's just crazy. If you're a teacher or if you're in the teaching program, you kinda know, like, the first year teaching, they always tell you is the hardest year, and I didn't even expect this to be the year I started teaching. I didn't expect to start teaching till potentially 2021 too. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm currently loving the books I'm reading, though. The first book I'm reading is A Stonecutter by Camilla Lackberg, and this is the 3rd book in the Patrick Hedstrom mystery series. I believe there's 10 books in the series. I've been reading them periodically. Every time I finish one, I order one, and they take about 2 weeks to get in because I'm ordering them from Book Depository. So it's been a little while since I've read the first book, obviously, but I feel like every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I pick up the next one. So I'm on page 210, so I'm not even halfway through the book yet. It's a pretty big one, but I'm really enjoying this series. I really like this book. It's one of those good books. Like, I would say if you're busy it's a good book to read because it's a mystery and suspense, you wanna know what's gonna happen, but it also is narrated in a way where you can read little chunks and be satisfied, like you're not digging to the last page, but if you have time to do that, you definitely can. So I enjoy that. Um, if I don't have time to read tomorrow, I really hope to find time to read Tuesday or later on in the week because obviously I need my own time to myself. It's just putting in more work lately because of everything being new. The next book I'm reading is The Math Gene, which I've talked about so many times. It's by Keith Devlin. It's a very slow process, me in this book, and it's probably going to get even worse with everything going on. But I'm on page 182. I'm averaging like 15 pages a week. Then I'm reading a very special 90210 book by Tara Ariano and Sarah D. Bunting. Love their podcast. They had they have a podcast called Again with This. They're currently on Melrose Place, but they have all the archived episodes of them discussing every episode of 90210. And they have another podcast, Extra Hot Great, where they talk about TV stuff. Highly recommend both. And I'm currently on page 126, and they're discussing chapter 4, season 4 of the show. There was 10 seasons of the show, and they're discussing it episodically, and I'm really enjoying it. And yeah, that's basically my giant update. I want to thank you guys for your continued patience with me. I did come back this summer and I did do a pretty good job. I wouldn't say I was perfect at all, but I did a good job, I think, of consistently putting up videos. I should have filmed more before the school year, but even just editing raw footage right now just would be a lot. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be coming back and doing these Sunday videos so you guys can hear from me, see what I'm up to, and we could talk about books. Um, yeah, so let me know you're reading anything exciting happening in your life, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.